The Crash Course Podcast is brought to you in part by DerbyParts.com, Smash Masters, Derby Parts, and Derby Inc. magazine. Live it, breathe it, be it, Derby Inc. This is the Crash Course Demolition Derby Podcast, recorded live at the FingerLakes1.com studios in downtown Seneca Falls, New York. And now your host, Chris Marquardt.
Good afternoon, good evening. This is the Crash Course Demolition Derby Podcast, coming to you live trackside as part of the post-race activities of Junkin for Jules Championship Saturday at Blizzard Bash 2013, presented by Speedway Motors and O'Reilly Auto Parts. I am Chris Marquardt. Joining me at the table, Ben Host, and we've also got Josh Decker. We're also joined by the giant jaws of a Hoffmeister 727
how cool is that?
brace. Check that out. That thing looks awesome. And if everything goes right by the end of the weekend, that might be coming home with us. We'll have to see how it goes.
Let's hope for that. I need that SOB. Hey, how about that feature? Unbelievable.
The 80s class feature was outstanding, and the tide definitely changed there in the final moments. Garrett Russell coming away with the championship in that Weld division. Now, behind him was the number Z car. Yeah, that's what I said, the number Z car. And Gary had to transfer out of the consolation event in order to get to the feature. Came through one, and Dawson Dittmer ends up second, followed by Jim Pribble, Colton Newhofen, and then a raffle car driver, Josh Anderson. Josh finished fifth. He said half of his proceeds will go back to the Junkin for Jules program. Awesome to hear that. The whole evening was dedicated to Julia. She's a 3-year-old. She lives in Missouri, where this is a benefit for her family. 6 months ago, she was perfectly healthy, and now out of nowhere she has been. She's now got stage 4 cancer. It's unfortunate to hear. Our good friends Mark Klein and DerbyTees.com, DerbyTees.com have put all sorts of cool-looking shirts and prints together specifically for Jules. They have a special blue T-shirt. There are a couple still available. I mean, what a great night. We had all sorts of team heats.
Great job.
Thanks
tonight,
a lot, buddy. We had all sorts of team heats. We had the ladies' heat, the youth heat. We had a couple driver interviews. We had a chance to talk to Ryan Sweat. It was really a pretty cool day. Started at 6 o'clock. Right now, local time is 1 a.m. So we had 7 hours of derby
in the morning. 2 o'clock our time. It feels like it, but you know what? It was worth every second of that.
The thing of it is time just flew today. I mean,
it really did.
You know, one moment we're at the break, the intermission, and the next moment I looked down at the time, and it was like 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Let's recap a little bit of what we saw today. We'll get back in here, and we'll go back through everything that we saw, starting out right off the top with some of our qualifying heats, the second round of action for the team cars, advancing to the main feature. It was the black and blue team who ended up getting through their pairing in the first round, so they are now solidly in the feature. Following them, Team Guard put on a team driving clinic. Bobby Brockway, Ryan Durham, Tom Mayberry, and Jeremy Guard. What a show they put on. Mayberry was hung up on the wall. Didn't look real good for Team Guard there for a few moments when they paired against the yellow and black team. Ryan Durham comes around, gets around the knot of traffic, puts a hard lick on his teammate, gets him off the wall. The tide completely turns, and now Team Guard is headed into the feature with very, very fresh equipment.
Yeah.
Team DMP just pretty much ran over their pairing in round number 2. Team DMP looking very good. Had a chance to chat with Mike Brown, pilot of the number 69er. He said that they felt very good going into Sunday's main event, and that is scheduled to go off as part of the afternoon program tomorrow, which everything kicks off at 2 o'clock. Team Camo came out. They put on another great performance. That was a tough heat. They had a tough draw, but they were able to get through it, and there's one spot left for one of the qualifying teams. Going to the B heat, which we're going to kick off the program Sunday at 2 o'clock right off the top with the B qualifier, sending one of these teams into the main event. Pink and Flat Black team. They've only got one loss under their belt, so they're standing in pretty decent shape. The Yellow and Black team, another group with only one loss under their belt. Postal Mopar, they look pretty good out there. They got beat, but at the same time, they were out there. The Brown team, with Bobby Whitaker. They have junk. They are the hardest team to put down here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The pink, purple, and black team made it out of one of the consolation rounds.
Super tough looking in that consi, though.
That was the first of 2 consolation events. In the second consolation event, the team of 3 went out there and took out 2 teams of 4 and another team of 3. Team Kansas is now in the B heat as well. So a stacked B heat, a feature unto itself.
Yeah.
And one of those teams, if there's anything left, they're going to be able to bring those cars out for the feature scheduled to take off sometime in the 5 o'clock hour on Sunday night here at Blizzard Bash 2013 Championship Sunday coming up, presented by Speedway Motors and O'Reilly Auto Parts. That was just the qualifying for the team stuff. We had basically another full program to get through. The women's division, Erica Kimmy Phillips put on a pretty good show in that. The women did a great job in their outing. There was only 5 cars out there, but they certainly drove them hard, and they continue to carry on the tradition that we see event after event after event, just continuing to make absolute junk out of everything that they put on the track. And then we had Derek Cleveland making the trip in from South Dakota, winning the youth division. And when I say youth division, it's probably not what you're thinking. The youth divisions here at Blizzard Bash are built the same way as the 80s cars that we just saw here running the feature. They are heavy, heavy cars. They can take a lot of abuse, and it's not just a chained-up 4- or 6-cylinder car like what we're accustomed to seeing at home.
No,
Far from it.
No, it wasn't. It'll give these kids a learning curve real quick. With them kind of cars, to jump in that kind of car at that young of an age.
It's going to accelerate their learning curve.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be right up there. We also, through the course of the night, we had the Power Wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool. That really brought a smile on my face. That was awesome.
Which was awesome. I mean, that was an absolute ball to see those guys going through. They did a great job. And then we had the lawnmowers as well.
That was scary.
They had what, 9-year-old, 5-year-olds?
Yeah, they had a 5-year-old.
Five-year-olds and lawnmowers. I mean, just wrecking stuff.
There's no blade on that lawnmower, thankfully, but I mean, it was nonetheless, it was pretty heinous. You know,
Right.
they had a couple rollovers. One of the kids that got knocked over, ready to go.
We feel you.
We're ready.
We feel ya.
We're already getting the instructions to roll on out of here. So we had the lawnmowers, and then we also had our 80s feature, which the win, as we said, went to Gary Russell, Dawson Dittmer, Jim Privel, Colton Newhoffen, and Josh Anderson rounding out the top 5.
Yeah, you know, Gary Russell, man, he had to go through the consi to get here, and I'm telling you, when he pulled out here, the back of that car was junk, and it looks pretty much the same, and you got to give that guy some credit. I mean, that was a long feature.
That was a very long feature, and there's a lot of twisted metal out there right now. I don't know if there's a lot of life left in some of the stuff that's out there. A couple broken axles that we saw, waylaid a couple cars early, but what it really came down to was the ability to keep your nose clean.
Yeah.
And that's really, really what ended up putting Gary Russell in the winner's circle.
You know, some of these cars here down right on the track right now is the number 21, a brown car out there, and he lost his radiator about like the first 3 minutes in the feature, and he went
everything. I mean,
he went the entire time with no water. I mean, that car was impressive. Yeah, he got hot here at the end and couldn't start, but geez, after 45 minutes, what do you expect?
Right.
You know, they're shutting the lights off before they even got the
what
cars
does that
off
mean?
the track. I think
So,
you know it is late. It's 2 o'clock on the East Coast. It's 1 o'clock here. We've been doing this for about 7 hours. I appreciate everybody tuning in and keeping track of us. We've had so much great feedback on Facebook, on text messages. We've had so much great feedback about the Ustream feed and everything that's been going on at Blizzard Bash. We're probably going to go with a morning show probably around 12:30 just to do a quick pre-race recap and touch on some of the things that we haven't been able to get to here tonight. And then after that, we'll go right into the Blizzard forecast right around the 1 o'clock hour. And then we'll do about an hour-long pre-race show leading up to Championship Sunday's kickoff starting at 2 o'clock. For Ben Haust and Josh Decker, I am Chris Marquardt. Thank you for joining us here on Junkin for Jules Saturday at Blizzard Bash 2013, presented by Speedway Motors and O'Reilly Auto Parts. We're going to see you right back again here tomorrow morning. Well, it'll be tomorrow afternoon, I suppose, when you really want to cut here.
Maybe we can sleep in a little bit.
We can sleep in a little bit, and we're going to be getting to it. Well, we sure appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you back here in the morning. Thanks a lot.